Hi, it's Lee here. We're up to the 20th of December, which is prompt 11, Recycled Fairy. So, welcome to my channel, if you haven't been here before, and welcome back to everyone who has been here before, and thanks for coming back. 2 videos ago, I made this gorgeous piece of highly textured, well, the prompt was plaid. So plaid, when I looked up the meaning, the original meaning of the word plaid was blanket. So I made a blanket to go in here. And at the time I made an extra piece of this paper. And I said I was going to use it for my recycled fairy. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this page out so I can move the book away. So I'm going to use that piece of paper lace that I made and a few other things. So my recycled fairy is going to live under here. What I have here is a watercolor painting that I did some time ago when I was using Jane Davenport's book to draw some faces. I had actually scanned that into my computer, so I've printed it off slightly smaller. So that's going to be my recycled fairy's face or head. So that'll get cut down a bit. I'm going to use this to make the wings, and then I have some other bits that are left over from other projects all over the table here, and some of the stuff that Di sent me that I haven't used. So I'm going to put together a fairy of some sort out of all those things and that head. But what I want to do before I start any of that is to put some paper down on this. Okay, so I've glued down the paper and I just want to apply a little bit of gesso. This will help with other things later on that are going to be stuck on the page. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside to dry. Well, the head was too big, so I printed a smaller version of it, and her bodice is going to be this leaf. I've cut wings out of the piece of paper lace, and then I've got some fabrics here from Di, which I think would work really well with this. Like, I can imagine if I can gather that up somehow, maybe this way, that could be like that. You know, that's her waist, and then I could make her long skirt out of this. I'll have to make her some arms out of something else that's been recycled. She needs to have something else for hair. So I've got my embossing ink here and this little dobber thing, which is really handy. And I've also got distress embossing glaze in the colour Salvage Patina. I think that will work really well on this. And I don't mind if it doesn't completely cover the wings. So I'm just going to do one at a time. Probably the easiest way to go. Doesn't really look like anything's happened, so I'm going to give it another coat. You can see the difference between one wing and the other. This one looks darker, so I'm reasonably happy with that at the moment. But I may put some fairy dust or something on it. Okay, so I'm happy with those wings. I'm just going to put them to the side. I need to find a base for my fairy to go on, and I'm going to cut off the hair because it's not staying. And shape some shoulders. cutting off that top bit of the leaf. Wrong way. So that's where her dress is going to go on there. She'll have to have some hair, of course. I'll put her head closer to the top because her hair can be flowing off. I want that to be cinched in like a waistline. So I need to glue it there. So this will be the neckline. Oops. So I'll hold that down till the glue takes. Hopefully my fingers won't be sticking to that. I'm going to tie her waist off with some of the string. I've got to remember that the wings have to go on too. So if that is like that, I think that's good enough. I'm going to be cutting around this. Okay, so like that. And her skirt, the long bottom part of her skirt is going to be some rust dyed fabric. Lift that up, and I'm going to glue the bottom part of the skirt on here. And I want to gather it. Okay, and I think I need to cut a little bit of this off. But what I'm going to do is just cut this out a little bit. I don't need all this card under here, so I'm just take that off. She does need some arms. I'm not sure what I'm going to make her arms out of. I want that to be stuck down. So that came out fast. Get rid of the excess. Oops, stuck to my finger. I'm just going to stick that bodice on the back. Bit of sari silk here. Let's start with some of that. So this will just going to glue it on, and then I can cut it to shape, and then I can work on the hair around that's around her face. Well, she is a recycled fairy after all, so she doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to trim that away. Okay, so she's got pink hair. She's quite a progressive fairy. Now, I keep coming back to this piece of purple. Now, should I unpick it? Well, I think I will, because at least I'm going to use it that way, aren't I? Sorry, die. There we go. And, ooh, because it's got those creases in it, I think, how do I want this? Yeah, if I cut it through there, and then I can maybe I can do it from the front. So get the top bit stuck down first, and then worry about the sides. Well, that might work. Keep sticking to my fingers. Something like that, and then I can just put something across here, maybe some of the wing paper, quite like that. Okay. And I want to trim some of this off. Still haven't worked out what I'm doing for arms yet. Maybe some of this, because she could be, that could be her dress, couldn't it? Her sleeves. It's alright, but it's a bit the same as this, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go with this fabric, but I'm going to put some of the leftover bit of wing behind, on top of it. Okay, so I've got this bit. Leave them to dry. Okay, let's see how it's going to look now. So wings. Oh, not happy with that. The arms still. So what I'm going to do is I need something that stands out from the wings. All that. Okay, let's put a bit of that over the top. So the arms are done. I've cut the wings down again. I'm going to mount her on this eco die piece of paper. Probably should ink around the edge of it, I guess. I like that leaf imprint on there, so that's not bad. Okay, so it's fine if she hangs, her skirt hangs off the edge of the page, and what I'm going to do is cut this, I'm going to say concrete then, cut the cardboard off, and I'm going to shred her skirt so it's a little bit more fairy-like. Okay, so that's going to hang down up there. Need to get her arms attached somehow. I'm thinking just staple them on. Like that. Then, underneath her skirt, I'd like to put some cheesecloth. Just want it all mussy-tussy. Now I'm going to glue the wings onto there. And she's going to go there, like that. So, let's get some of this heavy duty glue. And then I'll put some glue all over the back of this. So that's what she looks like. Do I glue that down or do I make a pocket? I can make a pocket. I've got a page or a piece of a page out of a colouring in book. I'm going to make that into my pocket. I know it's going to be going the wrong way, but I like the colour and I can stick some of those dots on there. So I'm just going to fold over and glue down an edge so things go in and out of the pocket easier. Fold that over, and does it need a thumb notch? I probably should put one in. Gets rid of one of those white bits too. There we go. A little bit over one of the eyelets, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, what will happen when I put the card in there, the skirt's going to hang out over the edge of it. But with these, I want to put some of these circles on here, just to use them up. Okay, alright, there's my recycled fairy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like it. Pop her into the pocket. Oh, the pocket's not glued properly yet, but you can see how this will work. There we go. A recycled fairy made out of all the bits and pieces left over that were on my desk and bits that I hadn't used in amongst the things that Di sent to me. So yeah, I think she's pretty cool, and she's sitting on top of a open out journaling card. Okay, rightio, so that's it for this one, and the next one is Vintage Meets Modern. So when she wants to go to bed, she gets her blanket put over her. So that was my prompt for 18, plaid and polka dots. Okay, recycled fairy done and dusted. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo.